Good evening. At such a uniquely turbulent point in our world, we celebrate the equally unique Jackson County Comprehensive High School graduate class of 2020. Our graduates have proved to be radiating vessels of innovation, kindness, and inspiration. However, each one of them did not come into this school as accomplished, distinguished, or as knowledgeable as they are now before you. They were exceptional people to start with, but they improved in a manner that astounded themselves and the people around them. In total, this class received a staggering $9 million in scholarships. $9 million in our small, tight-knit community of Jackson County. But this does not do justice to the many graduates who have shown that they are the leaders of today instead of the future. Throughout his course in high school, one graduate humbly guided his youth group on several mission trips to New Orleans to provide the fundamental needs for those who are without a home. Another has started a successful car repair business based on his skills in design software. Yet another graduate has become a prolific motivational speaker who also informs politicians on how to facilitate agribusiness. There is so much excellence in the halls of Jackson County, and today we are honoring the excellence that is bursting within the relatives of the students, radiating from our teachers and administrators, and being routinely demonstrated by our custodians, maintenance workers, and our school meal providers. The impetus of our collective excellence is founded on our ambitions and comprehensive vision for the education of the next generation. In other words, the key to forming influential human beings is to aid students through the process of developing a holistic design for their lives well beyond their school years. Through the course of our education, we have leaped towards adulthood with an exceptional sense of purpose, and the reality is that our aims are diverse, yet united under a will for altruism. We all have distinct dreams. We all have an insatiable drive. Despite our mistakes, we have arrived at a point where we have extensive visions for what we're going to achieve and how we are going to achieve that end. All teenagers are actively growing and profusely absorbing the knowledge provided by those around them for their overall life, in addition to academics. In the course of gathering this knowledge, it seldom takes long for one to realize that life and its relationship have no deadlines. As we have attended classes such as world history, engineering, chemistry, and calculus, we have immensely improved in our realization that there are sublime feats of innovation as well as complex problems that dwarf our ordinary lives. These goals draw beyond what we had ever contemplated and necessitate nuanced adjustments needed for intricacies not known to us. This has allowed us to refine our ambitions to a specialization in life and has ultimately guided us to our unique paths beyond high school. Your impact has no specific or objective grade, and so that is what makes it tedious to even think about devising a vision. For many of us, it has been difficult for us to think much beyond resolving our current circumstances because of the many uncertainties that do not parallel how our life is unfolded. Nonetheless, the key to excellence is to dare to have a vision that transcends the formula of our contemporary lives. You must examine the mundane and peer into the esoteric complexities that have rendered us complacent by ignorance. The fundamental truth is that the path of progress can only be initiated by complex, detailed plans because they define a purpose that propels its intelligent execution. Anyone can achieve anything with a plan. Whether our ends are to propose a pep rally, build a new school, start a business, or mitigate a pandemic, We must zealously initiate those ends with hints of moderation merely to scrutinize the means and not to stifle the objective. This ends-oriented approach is used in Silicon Valley to develop smartphones and artificial intelligence, and so it has been the bedrock of our 21st century life. Likewise, all of our friends that we celebrate have discovered that they can be influential beyond their limiting instincts through their capacity to have a holistic ambition, and we must implore that they never lose this, because none of our major problems will be solved without a thoughtful methodology. We have insightful, wise, and loving guardians, providing everything that you could feasibly provide for your children. You strive to be better than your guardians. Our success was contingent upon you. You built upon the success and improvements of your previous generation, and we hope to do the same. These 4 long-spun years of high school has meant that Jackson County has attended to our needs more than the inverse. And we are eternally grateful for those who have enabled us to achieve what we have achieved to this point. But now we're emerging in a community desperately needing our help. Our class, our generation, has a challenge to make a world that is more peaceful, most immediately in the fact that the COVID-19 pandemic has harshly made its presence known to the people in this room. Our role will not be insignificant in society. This upcoming presidential election, for instance, all of us will be eligible to vote, in which our generation will consist of 10% of the electorate. So we must purposely mandate that our visions be in the spirit that we are extremists for love, as Dr. King articulated. We must rigorously employ compassion in our visions to ensure our lives are the most beneficial they can be. Nevertheless, I know we are well equipped to handle any and conquer any adversity with compassion. We were born around the tragic day of 9/11. One of us was even born on that exact day. 2 wars in Iraq and Afghanistan provided the backdrop for our early years of life. The 2008 recession devastated the global economy and likely impacted our parents' financial stability. We've also had the privilege to witness historical events such as the election of the first president of color, the launch of several rovers to Mars, amongst the landing of the first satellite on a comet. In every possible manner, we are distinct from any other generation. Of the global challenges we may face in our lives, some will perhaps be the very same challenges we face today, while others may be entirely new. Yet no matter the nature of these changes, it is essential that we continue to stridently aim to devise inclusive and universal solutions, because regardless of the stage of the life you are in, you will have your best moments when you rise above general indifference. It's not solely a transitional time in our world, it's also a transitional time for this high school. In a few years, a modern, multi-story high school will be built, and our current high school will be a center for non-academic learning. The AP program will also be gutted to make way for the IB program, and there will be an entirely new schedule. With our informed teachers and administrators, Jackson County has a bright future contingent upon its flexibility to embrace technological change, suggestion, and compassion. So I desire that all humans will learn to apply a progress-oriented mindset to their lives. If this is the case, then our successive graduate classes will be smarter than us. Thus, I beseech that everyone listening will create a better world than the one we see. Because we are gifted with a potent combination of distinct talent and wisdom resulting from our predecessors' missteps. Even though this has been a difficult year, we have the honor of celebrating some of the most accomplished human beings that I know. We're celebrating you, teachers, faculty, students, and relatives, because despite our extraordinary challenges, you will make us an extraordinary community, because tough times do not prevail, but tough people do.
Dr. Howard, on behalf of the administration and faculty of Jackson County Comprehensive High School, I certify that these students have met all standards for graduation as required by the Jackson County Board of Education and the state of Georgia. At this time, it is with enthusiasm and confidence that I release these diplomas to you. Students, as you receive your diplomas, we invite each of you to move your tassel from the right side to the left side of your cap, signifying your graduation from Jackson County Comprehensive High School. Congratulations.